Hello once again everyone, AnthWolf here, streaming some more Final Fantasy XIV. And where we last left off with my level 78 dancer Yuri Yascaret here, we went to the realm or region of Areng, I believe it was pronounced. And we found Alphino's twin, Alice, who was acting as a bodyguard, a patroller of the region, protecting them from Sin Eaters. Obviously, we have helped out one of the local towns, popped our head around to the various traders, but we're now at the inn at Journey's End, where some people are afflicted, infected by the Sin Eaters, and slowly are turning into them. And before we speak to Alice and continue our main storyline, we're going to spend a little bit of time and speak to the locals of the inn and see how we can help them out. Oop. No, we're in New Gridania at the moment. I spent a bit of time turning in some gear. I had a lot of gear from running some of the daily dungeons, so I thought I'd grab some more company seals. Okay, so here we are, the inn at Journey's End. Let's say we can speak to... Where is she hiding? Ah, Alice and Tesleen there. But before we do that, let's see how we can help the locals out, as I said. Absent without leave. When Rick has more than his share of concerns, the morale of his men chief among them. Okay, one of the guards is having some form of issue. Might as well grab all 4 quests and see where we may need to go on the map. We have Lamon here. Succulent secretions. Lamon has a job to do and he's hoping you will do it for him. Given a Bryce siphon to siphon some water from nearby plants, we can do that. We have a guard here. From darts till dawn. The bleary-eyed guard appears to be suffering from a lack of sleep. Oh. The guard wishes to recover his mother's pendant himself. He just wants us to use a dart gun to deal with any ambushing Gilman. You know, that's... I was expecting him to ask us to go retrieve his pendant for him, but... Hey, that's a nice change of pace. And we have Wilford here. Like a tons of bricks, Wilford has the expression of a man awaiting imminent disaster. Expected shipment is seemingly delayed. Okay. We can look into all of this. Might as well just go clockwise. Do some water siphoning. And easy. You may notice I'm accompanied by my desk fan today. It might be heard over in the background. Apologies in advance, but it is a warm day once again, so I thought I'd need something just to blow some air around the room. It may not exactly be cool air, but it's making me feel cooler at the very least. So the timid god was going to run away, but he's worked up the nerve to stay a little longer. But there's another god who was also thinking of leaving. I'll have to go to the southeast before long, but see what's happened to this delivery first. Oh. Oh, crap, we have a time limit. Let this guy recover his mother's pendant. It was like using the dart gun. If any gilmen appear, shoot them with the enchanted darts. Oh great, I'm a terrible shot. I thought some of those shots were spot on, but apparently not. Let's try again. I guess the Gilman do... they pause for a moment. So I suppose I can make that... make use of that time. Ah, there was only 3 of them. I was expecting a few more waves. Ah. It actually was a lot more easier than I was expecting. I was hoping for a little wave-based defense there. Complaining about being too warm, and here I am enjoying a cup of flavoured tea. Now, are you the watchman who was also thinking of deserting? Nope. Gardens. I'm trying to remember the difference. Oh, the different species names. Oh, God. He decided to try and go it alone and passed away. That guy really, really likes hugging the sand, but it's most likely the former rather than the latter. I bought a lot of food items to boost our experience as we were trying to get our dancer up to level 80, but with the dailies and the experience we're getting from the side missions, it's not really necessary. Without the dailies, it would be harder. We would be probably looking to join a fate party or two, like some people are asking for, but it's not really necessary. We'll keep his secret. We'll probably have to tell the god captain, of course. Fine aim, yes. Here's the water you asked for. Okay. Let's see what the situation is now. A purchase of fruit. Tesleen has the air of a woman being pulled in 10 different directions at once. Guessing that his skin hardening is not a good sign. Okay. Oh, well, we might as well just teleport back up to where Mordsuk. We need to grab a nectarine. Plum sweet smelling nectarine.
Look, over there, where the wall is broken. Do you see what lies beyond? That's what the land became after the light flooded in. An empty, white nothingness. Life cannot exist in such conditions. The primordial light would wreak havoc on the body's etheric balance. That nectarine you bought, it's Halric's favorite fruit. Most of the patients, Halric included, survived the attacks of powerful eaters. But their fate was sealed all the same. The monster's corruption has entered their bodies, and their very essence is being subsumed by light. The twisted state of the world itself just makes matters worse. Under normal circumstances, a person's ether naturally tends to equilibrium. But for these poor souls, the opposite is true. Sooner or later, every single one of them will turn. Tesleen and the patients, they all know this. They know what has to be done before the change goes too far, before the eater within takes over. The preferred method is mixing poison into their favorite food. In my time here, I've borne witness to a lot of last meals. I feel just as helpless as before. No matter how hard I fight, it's never enough. But it's a war I mean to wage, nonetheless. Speaking of wars, do you remember how I made you promise not to leave me and then promptly collapsed? Well, let's just say I had a few choice words for the Exarch concerning the timing of his summons. But even if the fault lay with someone else, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd abandon you on the battlefield. So I swore that I'd make up for my absence there by making a difference here. And that's what keeps me moving forward, even when things seem hopeless. On which note, it's time we headed back. The longer we keep Tesleen waiting, the harder this will be for her.
Ooh, we can see another town in the distance as well. I'm now suddenly concerned that the Crystarium's going to have a problem with the individual who was trying to drink himself into a stupor at the inn. I mean, they've got defences to keep Sin Eaters out, but what about one of them that suddenly starts within the city? That is going to be a problem. What the hell? Another hunting mark, it seems. I saw the floating axe before I even saw the creature. the time left to us. Tesleen makes an effort to smile brightly.
Speak up if you'd like another helping. I made a little bit more than usual today.
And you've added something special to the broth, if I'm not mistaken.
Aye, well, it's not often we have visitors from the Crystarium, so I may have thrown in a few extra bits and bobs. Oh, it's nothing, really. And we do so rarely have guests. In a place like this, you learn to take what moments of happiness you can get. I remember when I first came here with my mother. She was showing the early signs. I knew there was no way to save her, but I just couldn't face what needed to be done. That's the way of it for most people. Why they travel from arms to stay here. Beaten, broken souls come to wait out the inevitable, to receive the mercy of a painless death. When my mother finally left this world, I was mad with grief, but also thankful that her passing was a peaceful one. It's never easy, ending a life you've cared for, even when you believe they go on to a better place. I often find myself wishing the Warrior of Darkness would come and do that part for me.
The Warrior of Darkness?
You've never heard the tale? I'm not sure where it began, but every child in Eorzea could tell you a version of it. Warrior of Darkness, servant of death, take care of our souls at our dying breath. Let sinners and eaters of sin go with thee, that all may return to the sunless sea. Well, that's the version I was taught anyway. It's just an old bedtime story. He's certainly never deigned to visit us here.
Which is a good thing, surely. He sounds rather ominous.
Do you think so? I always liked the idea that he treated every soul the same, even the Sin Eaters.
They're coming.
Tesleen! Have you seen Halrek? I swear, I only took my eyes off him for a moment.
Quick! Shove the nectarine down his throat. That's right, they said that weaker sin eaters are drawn towards stronger ones. Maybe even those afflicted have some sort of sense about them to feel when the sin eaters are nearby. Haldrix went missing. Let's go look. Oh! Forgiven Folly. Was that just a Sin Eater, or was it Haldric? Guess we should continue looking until we know for sure.
Any sign of him? No luck then. But he surely can't have gone far. We should keep looking. The Sin Eaters are out in force, and if we don't find him soon, you can be sure they will.
Hello.
Did you see the size of that thing? It must be one of the nasty ones. Wherever it's going, it can only mean trouble. After it!
Is this a like to the cinematic?
There it is!
Is that...
Oh no! Halric!
Oh.
We have to run! Tesling! No!
We all deserve happiness, wherever we can find it. The time left to you is precious. No one should die in pain. Mother. Mother. I...
No, 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 no! Forgive me, Alice.
Well, that was dark. Holy shit. He's still kind of tracking that angel. Aldrich is unresponsive as ever. He stands motionless, staring up into the sky where the Sin Eaters made their escape. Tears on the sand. Alice is lost in grief. And now back to the Crystarium, it seems. We'll teleport back up to Mordsukin and travel northeast from there. Well, she's motivated, if nothing else. Back to the dorsal gate. And we have returned. This is a good place to take a break once again. I know it's a shorter stream than usual, but when we come back, I guess we can decide on the direction we'll take to try and save the First World, at least according to Alphino and Alisaie. We need to speak to Yuri Yascaret and Y'shtola, but as we were told by the Exarch here, the journey to those regions, to the Fairy Kingdom and to the forest, the Greatwood, is fraught with danger at the moment, or impassable for one reason or another. But no doubt we'll learn more about it as we continue. As I say, I'll take a break. Thank you for joining me. I'll get this exported over to YouTube, and I'll probably come back later on this evening with even more Final Fantasy XIV continuing the story arc. Or if nothing else, I'll do some of the dailies and probably get myself up to level 79. But we'll see. As I say, thank you for joining me, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you for more next time. Till then, no. Bye bye now.